Hello everybody! I'm finally getting a little bit more settled in my new place, and I've decided to put the chest of drawers I took from years and years and years ago. My ex went back to Peru and I said I'll take it, and it's gotten wet. It's been raining cats and dogs over here for several days, and my tarp did not completely cover. Rain went under, and it's just pressed wood. It got wet, and in fact this little area here I grabbed on, to pull out and push up. I bought a trolley so I could bring it up here myself. It bent in, so I'm waiting for it to dry. Hopefully it'll be able to support a drawer that I will put almost nothing in, and hardly ever use it. And then I'm going to put a piece of glass. I realized before I moved that I could put a piece of glass on there. And I've got Ganesha, which I've never ever given up. And then I hung my TV, but it was still too high. I measured 42 inches from the floor, but then I measured where I thought the hanging thing should go, and it just ended up being too high, so I had to rehang it. In rehanging it, I actually moved it, I think, a little tiny bit more to the right and hit a stud, so I had a hard time drilling. I kept changing the bit so I could make it a little bit bigger of a hole and then go deeper, right? And I almost went too deep because then it was too loose. I didn't have the right bit. Why is it so blurry? I hope it's okay. I'm watching this psychic tarot reader. She's actually very good. And I've just got a black cloth around it because I kind of want to take away the distraction of the lighter colored wall behind it until I can get some contact paper. I just took my black cape and put that there. I got my tripod. My other one broke, so I got this one out. Okay, come on. Why are you so blurry? Well, because you've dropped me a couple of times in the past few days. So, yeah, through numerology I discovered Ganesha, and I had a dream. Ganesha came to me in a dream. I really need to work with Shiva for the next 18 months, so I'm going to be printing out Shiva and putting that in a picture frame, and then I'm going to have Ganesha next to that, and then I'm going to have a Shiva lingam. I swear this is a priestess's temple, right? Because there's Oshun over there, and her lotus is over here. Oh my God, it's so blurry. What the heck? This humidity was a killer today. I went out to do some DoorDash, and the paddings on my feet, as you get older, even if you're taking collagen, those shoes I'm wearing, I gotta buy some Dr. Scholl's insoles. This woman, I was led to this woman, okay? She's actually been giving me a lot of helpful insight as to what's been happening and some of the dreams I've had over the years. Now, sometimes we shouldn't really listen to other people talk about, I don't know, there's a man who says, oh, there's something wrong with women who tattoo their body. There's just every single one, there's something wrong with them. Okay? There's something wrong with everybody. I was led to this person. So over here, I've got my corner space for my office. That's a mess right now. you know, everything is always in a process of evolving, and that's just the way it's going to be with my living space. So the TV is actually a little bit further to the right now than I would like it, but it's okay because now I finally got it about eye level height. It's 2.5 inches higher than it's supposed to be. I thought I was going to move it down and get it at 42 inches from the floor, you know, where the bottom of the TV would be, but it's still about 2.5 inches higher. Oh well. So I'm either going to get contact paper behind it. It's much more comfortable just to sit here and not have to bend my head back just to watch my TV and get a crick in my neck. I'm going to maybe get some black molding to be like a picture frame to go around the TV. So, yeah, Shiva is amazing. The Indian guru, Sadhguru, says Shiva is not a person. Shiva is an energy. Om is the primordial sound of creation of the universe, right? Like the dark ether. It is a sound. The universe makes a sound. And then Na is earth, and Ma is water. Shi, or Shi, I think is sun, and Va is air. So you have all the elements. Om Namah Shiva, and then Ya is spirit. Om Namah Shivaya. This helps you connect to earth, the stars, and the cosmos. And if you've been following me, you know, I'm sorry, I hate this. What the hell? What the heck? How do I make it straight? I have been saying we need to connect to the earth. When we do, we connect to the earth, the stars, and the cosmos. This is what Wicca, earth-based religion, nature-based religion is teaching. And in this way, in a positive way, we get back in touch with ourselves and our animal side as well as our human side. We have the ability to reason, but we should not cut ourselves off from our animal instincts. I'm just saying, you know, our nature side, right? Our connection to nature and the animals. My mother is connected to jade. My grandmother is connected to diamond. And our ancestors oftentimes use animals to be close to us. And there are some other people that can astral project and use animals to be close to you. And it could even be the narcissist, because, you know, they miss you. You can't be with them, but they want to be close to you. I think I've actually seen this over the past few weeks as I was moving and staying in the hotel. I had a dream about it. What I saw in Diamond's eyes when she was laying next to me made me realize this person, I think, had projected themselves into being with me when I move. It didn't bother me, guys. There was no threat. I was content. I was laying there. I was calm. I had eaten. Diamond had finally calmed down, and she was laying next to me, very, very content. There was no threat. I have compassion for every human being. And there was no threat. I have a very, very strong psychic shield now. I know that because I'm so aware and awakened. I still have to be guarded around humans when I'm relaxed and when I'm out and about. I still might add some type of a psychic shield. But I'm finding that I'm attracting more and more people that are nice and kind and helpful. When I first moved in here, oh my God, I attracted a narc. At the keypad, remember? But that seemed to be just a residual leftover effect. And that's what will happen. As you become stronger and you become more self-confident, you realize that the person you're with is just, they possess bad judgment. They're not just a child who complains about paying bills and is jealous of their children, but they hide money and they're not good with money. That you have to get away. And then you learn. I've also learned apparently, people can do magic on the lunar eclipse during eclipse season. I think the first one hits at the south node, and they will try, let's say they can if they're practicing nefarious dark magic to try to keep you in your south node. But they won't succeed if there's some other elements going on there where it's time for you to upgrade. I think I had Rahu at my first house, which puts the head back on the snake. Where you weren't thinking necessarily with your head, but just your heart. That's just one aspect of it, okay? You are now thinking with your head, and that's what was happening with me. Get away. They think my office stuff are their toys forever and a day. Stop. Got to put my feet up on this chair. I might get a sofa here. I think I can fit one here at the edge, at the foot of the bed. I don't know. We'll see. This is like a gigantic hotel room suite situation. But yeah, that's pretty awful when somebody tries to keep you stuck in your south node. But they won't be able to if you realize something. You should not be reacting to something if it doesn't seem like it's a real trauma, okay? If it doesn't seem like it's a real, horrible trauma, you don't need to really investigate it. Step up and investigate it and see what's going on. Are you okay? Do you need help? Anyone who's trying to keep you in your south node is really just wanting you to be, well, misery loves company. And only if they decide that they're willing to learn what it means to manage money better and be helpful and responsible with someone, even if it's just a friend, and help them out instead of just taking things from them. And I was still having dreams that this person was trying to influence me just to give them a vehicle if they make the repairs. And at that time I was extremely frightened about whether or not I was going to make the amount of money I needed to make just to qualify to get in here. And this was before the lunar eclipse. So my south node was still kind of kicking in. And everybody wants to have someone. But when you recognize really selfish, manipulative behaviors, you're better off alone. Come on. And this condition is really serious. I'm realizing it is a spiritual illness. It's not just psychological. It's more spiritual than anything else. And I'm looking at low-level entities, once again, as I had seen them in the haunted apartment. There's different kinds. There's many different levels, many different kinds. Okay? These people do have attachments to them. They do. Negative entities. Anyone who is encouraging people to practice vampirism, come on. That's always made me nauseous. And even though I was listening to someone, I never felt quite right about it. Because I know that you're not supposed to take without just giving back. You don't take something from nature. If you kill an animal, you leave an offering. You don't just put a picture of something and try to suck out the energy of that animal because it's your God-given right. It's not. So, yeah, and along with karma as well. And this dripping, there's a ceremony where you abhishekam, and you do a dripping of water on the Shiva Lingam, which represents the cleansing away of karma. And one way that you do that is becoming aware that everything you say and do is actually generating energy that can cause either an easier life, or it just can cause things to block, or it can cause setbacks. And that's the reality of it. So like I said, I'm not only now encountering people who are nice and kind and helpful, opening the door and letting me in and helping me get in, both doors plus the elevator. I'm also allowing people to help me because I'm tired. And I'm not on the ground floor anymore. Okay, I'm remembering some dreams I had like a year or so ago as well, where I was going to be moving to a smaller place, and also that I owned 2 cars. So all of this has been preordained. And if you are meant to be an aware empath, maybe not awakened, maybe not yet having all of your karma cleared, you can start working on it. And I'll just have to talk more on this later. It's a lot. But yeah, maybe I'll pull out my first book of shadows and we'll go over the basics, the universal laws that some of these people that are practicing magic with the tree of dark have never done real inner work, and they've never first called on angels to protect them. So I don't know how they're getting by. It doesn't really matter because eventually they're going to have some real problems. Okay, you take care. I'm very grateful for you. And yeah, I will see you later.